Type 9, the peaceful person. Type 9s are in the middle of the gut center and are frequently called the peacemakers. They are motivated to create harmony in the environment, avoid tension, and to preserve the flow of things with minimal disruption. They believe that everything is as good as it is. Why fix what is not broken? 9s are most devoted to sustaining inner and outer peace, both for themselves and those whom they connect with. They appreciate stability, preferring to avoid conflict, opting to either give in or work towards a peaceful settlement. They seek the company of those just like them so that their feathers are not ruffled and energy is not consumed by other people's lack of self-control or skewed perceptions. While the 9s are easygoing and calm, there is a side to them that is quite hidden. Since they avoid conflict and suppress anger, it results in building pressure from the inside, which manifests itself as frustration. They resort to suppressing the anger, which is why the 9s are frequently known to have anger that's gone to rest. The 9s may be more passive, aggressive, choosing to revolt through inaction, silence, avoidance, and for many of us, it's like a silent killer. They also do have strong opinions which can go unexpressed until you ask. With pent-up frustration, you might finally witness a continuous rant mixed with a stubbornness to do what feels right. 9s are unwavering when they are clear and have given something much thought. Well, in their early childhood, the Type 9 child may be able to identify with being overlooked, left alone, or given a lot of space to be on their own. Some may have felt neglected or unimportant, and this could have come in many forms, like divorced parents or caregivers, given freedom, having had busy caregivers, etc. The response of the 9 child was to ignore such feelings and take a whatever will be kind of mentality to conceal the pain. Similarly, the other 9 children might have been rebuked for having needs of trying to get attention from their caregivers. At some point, the 9 child decided that laying low and keeping those thoughts to themselves served its purpose. The numbing of emotional pain worked for a period. And at some point they just had to suppress it. Some of the strengths of the 9, well, 9s are non-judgmental and accepting. They are easygoing, calm, and peaceful to be with. They bring calm to tense situations by laying out all the possible action steps and making each option worth pondering over. In that sense, they make the best mediators. They are supportive and make you feel heard. You are accepted for who you are and nothing is wrong or right. It feels comforting to be in their presence when you are on the wrong side of a situation, because sometimes it just never feels so wrong just being with them. 9s are able to go with the flow. There is seldom argument about right or wrong, even though they have an opinion about it. Their self-control and patience is a lesson for others to sometimes let go and move on. Type 9s are authentic, and a great example of what you see is what you get. Their laissez-faire style makes for a high level of comfort with them. You just feel you can be yourself without being judged. Some of the limitations of the 9, or some of the limitations that they go through, well, 9s may have a preference for delaying decisions, especially uncomfortable ones, to avoid pain. They do this by numbing themselves from discomfort till it seems more comfortable to proceed. It works in some situations, but not in many, like in business situations and those that involve quick decision making. They can be misunderstood for being indecisive or using words like go with the flow, it's okay, small matter, don't worry about it, when sometimes it might be just a way to avoid talking about something that is uncomfortable. 7s, like 9s, tend to avoid pain though their motivations are different. 9s can be insensitive to criticism. They may not retort or seek clarification, but choose to ponder over something for long periods. It can have a negative effect on their esteem and self-worth. Since 9s can flex their perceptions from one extreme to another, seeing good in every situation and not taking sides at the same time, others can be confused about what they really think and want. In fact, they can be confused about their own wants as well. Being too agreeable and caring too much about what others think of you makes it seem like you are missing an anchor in your life. Perhaps getting to the bottom of the pain may push 9s to make tougher decisions versus numbing it till it disappears. Some reflections for 9s. Well, learn the value of no, rather than silently acquiescing and retreating. A passive stance is a lot less respected than if you were to state what you think or feel up front in your own gentle way. Learn how to express your thoughts directly yet respectfully, the latter of which you know so well. You might be busy pursuing others' goals for them and forget about your opinions and your own needs. Don't feel uneasy asking or telling what matters in your opinion. Your needs matter, and let it be known, or face suffering in silence. Notice when you're actually imagining having a relationship with someone versus relating with them. Learn to have deeper connections and take risks in communication with others. It's the best way to develop confidence and self-worth and stimulate interest and passion. Learn to embrace conflict and deal with it directly, with the understanding that resolving differences brings people together. Last but not least, learn to make quicker decisions. A typical defense is to numb the pain and hope that it disappears. Like all problems, it never disappears until the root problem is dealt with. Planting the seed of approaching discomfort zones builds assertiveness and confidence. Some reflections for the 9. Learn the value of no, rather than silently acquiescing and retreating. A passive stance is a lot less respected than if you were to state what you think or feel upfront in your gentle way. Learn how to express your thoughts directly yet respectfully, the latter of which you know so well. You might be busy pursuing others' goals for them and forget about your opinions and needs. Don't feel uneasy asking or telling what matters in your opinion. Your needs matter, and let it be known, or face suffering in silence. Notice when you're actually imagining having a relationship with someone versus relating with them. Learn to have deeper connections and take risks in communication with others. It's the best way to develop confidence and self-worth and stimulate interest and passion. Learn to embrace conflict and deal with it directly, with the understanding that resolving differences brings people together. Learn to make quicker decisions. A typical defense is to numb the pain and hope that it will disappear. Like all problems, it never disappears until the root problem is dealt with. Planting the seed of approaching discomfort zones builds assertiveness and confidence.